Hey everyone, and welcome back to That Was History. I'm Cliff Langston, and today I'm going to be hosting a fireside chat for you. We decided to do a fireside chat this week because we were with our families over the Christmas holidays, and we didn't feel like we had enough time to really do a full-on video, but we hope that you enjoy this nonetheless. And as you already know, we don't like to skip any dates, so I'm here and I'm ready to go, and we're going to get you 7 more great events this week. So without any further delay, let's get started. Alright, our first event happened on December 22nd of 1956. This was when a baby gorilla named Colo was born in the Columbus Zoo in Ohio. This would make it the very first ever gorilla born in captivity. While this is interesting, it's also kind of sad because animals in the zoo aren't meant for the zoo. Obviously, we know this, yet we continue to watch them and use them in zoos for our own entertainment. They deserve to be in the wild and live with their own kind and act the way they were designed to. But that's actually a different topic for another day. I'm not going to harbor on it any longer. Moving on. Trade amongst countries. Obviously, that has been a great method over many years that has been used for massive amounts of economic growth. Free trade has been proven to work quite well, and the United States is one of many countries that partake in that practice. Our event for December 22nd is very interesting, however, because on December 22nd of 1807, the Embargo Act, which would forbid trade with all foreign countries, was passed by the United States Congress. And, interestingly enough, it was at the urging of President Thomas Jefferson. Thankfully, the Embargo Act would eventually be overruled. While it would take many years to do so, we now have in present-day society a great free trade philosophy that has allowed the United States and Great Britain and many other great countries to grow to unbelievable new heights. Our third topic for the day deals with the United States as well. It happened on December 24th of 1962, and this was when the United States government finally reached an agreement with Cuba for the return of prisoners that were captured during the Bay of Pigs invasion. Cuba would eventually get a ransom of $53 million in both food and medical supplies when the last of more than 1,000 men that had been taken prisoner were returned to the United States in time for Christmas. It is amazing that these prisoners were actually released right before Christmas. I know it was a huge blessing for them to be able to see their families in such a family-oriented time of the year. But the power of this holiday season doesn't end there. Our next event actually had a similar outcome, and it happened on December 25th of 1914. This was when soldiers of Germany, Russia, France, and Britain called a Christmas truce during World War I, where soldiers crossed the area known as the No Man's Land, yelling out Merry Christmas in their enemies' native tongues. This meant that you could have had a British soldier yelling Merry Christmas in German and vice versa. Next up in our lineup happened on December 26th of 1933. This was when the FM radio was patented. This was a huge step in technology and would eventually lead to the radio being a vital piece of equipment in people's homes. This hits pretty close to home for me as well because I currently work for a local FM radio station. Without this FM patent, I couldn't say with certainty that I would be where I am today. The history of the world has been filled with the rising of empires that divide and conquer and then are eventually conquered themselves. This practice has gone on for centuries, and December 27th of 1949 is no exception. This was the day that Indonesia finally gained independence from the Netherlands. This was definitely a great feat for Indonesia because they had been under Dutch rule for 400 years. Our last topic of the day is one that is very important in American history. On December 28th of 1945, the United States Congress officially recognized the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. The Pledge of Allegiance to the flag should be rendered by standing at attention, facing the flag with the right hand over the heart, and saying, "I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all." Well, that's going to wrap up our fireside chat for today, guys. I really thank you for watching. If it weren't for y'all, we couldn't continue to do this. I hope that you've all had a great Christmas holiday, and I wish you the best in the new year. And we will continue to be making That Was History episodes in 2013. Be looking for us. We're here every Friday as usual. Again, thank you for all of your support. All right, guys, I'm Cliff Langston. I'm out of here. I'll see you next Friday.